8K Miles, grab those. Suresh Venkatachari, Chairman and CEO at 8K Miles Software, joins us right now on the show. Suresh, good having you. Thanks so much for joining in. Yes, the opportunity is immense. I think if I look at all brokerage notes, they say that from the current revenue size that you have, you aim to reach $200 million in the near term and eventually $500 million as well. So you clearly believe the opportunity is there for the grabs. Share some timelines and share how will you indeed manage to reach these levels of revenue targets that you have set out for yourself.
Thank you. The cloud industry itself is growing tremendously at a 26% compounded annual growth compared to the traditional IT. And the cloud adoption is happening a lot in the life sciences and healthcare industry, where we help large pharmas and hospitals to move into cloud. So where we see a great opportunity in those market, where the cloud adoption as of date is maybe 10 to 15%. So there is an 85% growth inside the organization over the next 3 to 6 years period. And also when the workloads has to move onto the cloud, where we see an opportunity to earn a recurring revenue, annuity revenue in terms of manage those infrastructure on the public cloud. So our core expertise is on the security compliances on the public cloud. And we see there is a tremendous opportunity where the cloud becomes a biggest innovation will help these companies in terms of IoT or mobility, where a lot of IoT devices going to generate large amount of data, then the cloud is a way to solve the problem. So that's why we believe a great opportunity exists for 8K Miles.
Okay. How much of your revenue growth will come in from mining the existing clients? What would be the set of new clients that you would target? And what are the timelines from, I believe the current revenue is sub 100 million. By when do you target $200 million in revenue?
So we really look at between a 24 to 30 months period, we want to grow to $200 million revenue. So we really look at the existing accounts or like a Fortune 100, Fortune 500 clients where they have used the cloud only. The cloud spend itself is about 10 to 20% of the spend of IT spend, where we believe in the next 3 to 4 years, they will spend at least 80% of the IT spend on the cloud. So the internal growth in the accounts will be a major significant growth for us. And also every quarter we are acquiring a couple of new customers in the Fortune customers. And also the SMB sector or the second tier of pharmas will also adapt the cloud over the years. In terms of the hospitals, we are providing a hosted EMR service on the public cloud, where we see a great opportunity where much more recurring revenue, annuity revenue in terms of hosting the entire electronic medical record or electronic health records for these hospitals.
Suresh,
and also it provides an opportunity. Yeah.
Suresh, a couple of questions. I mean, what's so special as to why Fortune 500 or Fortune 100 clients should come to 8K? Because I hear almost the large tech companies also trying to do the same thing. Conversations with TCS and HCL Tech seem to suggest that they are trying to get into the same line as well. Why would these large companies come to you? How many Fortune 100 or Fortune 200 clients do you have? And two, the market doesn't seem to be quite believing your story, Suresh. It's a compelling story, but if I just look at what the street has returned or the stock has returned the last 1 month, 3 months, 6 months or 12 months, it's not been particularly great. Why is that so?
So I think it has multiple questions. Let me tell you this. So you should ask why the large Fortune companies, the CIOs, you should talk to them why they hire 8K Miles. Because purely we are a niche cloud vendor. We have a Cloud Easy platform and Automaton, which is a software which automates the cloud migration and cloud managed services. So we are an innovation. Why the street couldn't understand is the street couldn't understand in terms of because they normally traditionally understand with IT people. Okay, number of staffs, number of employees you add every year. That's how they see the growth. Whereas a cloud is not about people. Cloud is all about innovation. Today, I would say the top 5 pharma, 3 pharmas already work with us on the cloud transformation. Where you mentioned some of the names, they also work there on the remote infrastructure management. But on the cloud side, 8K Miles is the vendor of choice. So we are a niche vendor to this large pharma because we have a platform which delivers them a cloud migration very predictably and also to leverage the cloud to reduce their operating expenditure as well as capital expenditure. So the customers believes a predictability. That's how we grown with one of the large pharma. We build a real world evidence analytics, and today we become the center of cloud competence. So we offer solutions in that perspective. So we had a first analyst meet last week. That's the first time analysts could able to really understand what we do. All along, they always evaluate because they always want to see the metrics. The India is predominantly a services industry. Everybody look at IT. IT is the number of people you add every quarter, how many freshers you add. This is not about people. This is about automation. That's a big difference.
Okay. Suresh, my final question to you. If I look at the last 4 or 5 years, I think your revenue growth has been pretty good. Margins have stayed okay, but your free cash flow has been very, very patchy. Maybe you need to have had to develop new IPs, or you've made acquisitions, I think 4 or 5 in the last 5 years. Would the improvement in free cash flow be something that we'll see in the near term, or will it take some time?
Yes, it is actually. If you see this year, March 16, 17, we have a positive free cash flow. Actually, if you see compared to 15 or 16, so we continue to spend innovation because innovation is the critical. But however, with our growth, we will have a positive free cash flow too.
Okay. We wish you all the best for that, Suresh. And we'll talk to you sometime post your results as well. Thanks so much for taking the time out and joining us today.